I'm trying some new tech today. Multiple cameras, some new audio stuff, and I'm doing this just as practice. I want to learn a little bit more about streaming on YouTube and doing things with my own setup here. So forgive me if technically things don't go right. Right now, I don't have the software fully implemented, but I can switch between cameras. So let's check out camera 2. There we go, camera 2. This is so that I can hold up things to the camera and you can get a good shot of what that is. And shout out to our friends at Huckberry. They've been a friend of the channel for a long time. They're not a sponsor. My channel's not big enough to really be sponsored very often, but you guys can help me grow. So let's do that. I'm going to try and keep my eye on the chat, but since I don't have the software implemented, well, let me see. Hold on, let me see if I do. Chat. Says I don't have. And I do not have an active public live stream on YouTube. Go live and it will show up, but I guess not. Anyway, camera 1, back to camera 1. Also, I'm using a Fuji camera as camera 1, Fuji X-H2S, and I've got it set to a standard profile, but I'm not sure why it looks so kind of washed out. That's something I got to look at later. Anyway, I got a huge pile of stuff that I bought, and I just thought it might be fun to open it together. And it gives me a chance to talk about some of this because I can't make videos about everything. So if I can do a live stream and certain things generate questions or interests, maybe I'll be able to go further in depth on that, whatever it is, in its own video. So let me know if something piques your interest enough. Oh, Jason Beecher. Hello, Jason Beecher. Thank you for commenting and letting us know that you're here. I think I've got it set up now where I can see the chat and I can see my camera, and now I can look at some of these boxes. So I'm going to start talking about some of this stuff. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with me. There's some bags in here. There's some little things that I needed. And then there is a bunch of video production equipment. Because I have a big video production project coming up, I got to travel to California and shoot for several days, 3 or 4 days. I'll be out there for a week, but the shoot is 3 days, and prep day too, so 4 days of work. And then there was just some auxiliary things I needed because, you know, you're always needing little things. And so I went to B&H and I bought a bunch of shit. Some of this is just stuff I've collected over the last little bit of days. So let's dive in. And I don't promise all of this is going to be super interesting or fun, but let's see what we got. Starting with, you may recognize this. Old Navy black V-neck t-shirts. A whole bag of them. Well, 5 of them to be exact. These are kind of like my daily uniform. I wear a black t-shirt, V-neck, almost every day. and I would buy nicer shirts if I knew what good ones were, but these work out pretty well for me. They're pretty cheap, they're pretty affordable, they don't shrink that much, they're soft, and they fit well for me. They have tall versions, so these are the XXLT, and I don't know what else I could ask for in a t-shirt, really. Maybe some lighter weight material, but otherwise they're soft, they're comfortable, they're affordable, and I just buy about 5 or 6 of them a year, and I toss out the ones that are getting a little raggedy, a little too thin, or a little whatever. So that's how I do. You always see me on this channel. I almost always wear a black t-shirt on this channel, most of the time. And if you see me in real life, sometimes I'll put a button up on, but most of the time I'm wearing a black t-shirt. Not on jobs, not on video production jobs. I'm not wearing a black t-shirt on jobs. But all the rest of the time, black t-shirts. I didn't think about what I'm going to do with all this stuff as I throw it on the floor there. Okay, what else do we got? Let's check out this one. And what did I do with my knife? All right, time to bust out the old knife in the wallet. This is another, oh, hold on, let me switch to, I forgot they even had this camera. This one is another cheap Amazon knife, but it's much better. I don't remember the brand, but if you're interested, I can try and put a link in the description, but it's just a nice little tiny knife, and I keep it in my front pocket wallet. Sometimes I kind of know what I ordered, but I don't sometimes remember which box is what. So some of this will be a little bit of a surprise for me. Oh, there we go. Is this camera better anyway? This is smaller than what I imagined it was going to be. This is a Tenba Tools. It's called the Tenba Toolbox 4. I bought it on eBay, but it's basically just an organizer for small camera pieces. I didn't pay that much of attention to what size I was ordering. I should have. I wanted a bigger one, but I don't care. I'll find a use for this. But Tenba makes some of the best products for camera supplies. They're a great company, great products. I don't love every single design that they do, but I love their build quality. And I had a bag that needed replaced. I hadn't even used it a single time, and the handle broke. And they were awesome about that exchange. So customer service wise, I believe in them. Okay, Tenba Tools Toolbox 4. I keep a running search on eBay for these things, for Tenba tools, and I hadn't pulled the trigger on one yet until this one. So this one will make its way. Actually, I kind of like the size of it. To be honest, this is a good size to go into my camera cases. It'll fit, or in a camera bag, like a camera backpack, the backpack I'm taking with me. Let me know if you want me to show you that. This will fit in there pretty nicely. So actually, perfect. I'm glad I got this size. I meant to do it, right? Okay, Tenba Tools, Tenba Toolbox number 4. The great thing about this that a lot of people overlook is the fact that you can see inside of it. There's a lot of cases, there's a lot of little pouches, and there's a lot of things, but being able to quickly glance into it and see, that's what's nice. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know what this one is. I think this is, yeah, I kind of know what this one is. Okay, a couple different things from Amazon. This is actually hook and loop strips. Very exciting. What I'm going to do is I have some patches. I would like to, well, I have a bunch of these. This is my video production company. I want to make it a hook and loop patch. Right now it's a sew-on patch, and I want to put it on, I want to be able to put this on some of the bags I've been testing out to have a Velcro or a hook and loop field. And so, you know, I needed some stuff to do it with. So this is a 4" by 5 feet. It's way more than I needed, but I'll do some other stuff with this too. Sew on hook and loop strips. And so even though it's sew on, I think this package is related. Yes, fabric glue. So even though this is meant to be sewn on, I'm going to glue it to this. That's my plan. Turn this into a Velcro patch with the fabric glue and the hook and loop fabric. So a little craft project for myself. And I'm going to do that tonight probably. This one, these are pretty well reviewed hooks for the wall, like for bag hooks. If you're going to hang your bags on the wall, they are you take that little piece and you basically, it's like for sheetrock, you stick that into the wall. I don't really know how to do this yet. Well, I got to read the instructions, but this is for making a hook. Does this turn? What does this do? Oh. Well, I still don't know. Oh, did I lose my stream? What happened? Oh, I lost my... Whoops. I lost the battery on the close-up camera. I didn't realize it was going to go so fast. Well, we'll keep going without it. Or maybe I'll switch the battery. Or it should be it'll charge back up. Anyway, tech. Hey, Jason, you're back. I don't know when you left, but we're looking at these. I lost my close-up camera. I mean, I actually, hold on. I was actually smart enough to set up another camera, the web camera, the webcam on my Mac. These little things are meant to like hook into the sheetrock, and then somehow, I don't really know how this, I don't know how it works, but then you put this part on there. Let's see, then you put this part on there. Where's my webcam there? And you got like a kind of a, you know, stylish-ish hook that's easy to go in to sheetrock. And it supposedly, these are so small, these little hooks, and they don't really damage the wall very much. So I bought 2 of them. I'm actually thinking of putting them on this wall right here, right there. So I'll put 2 of them and I'll hang some good bags on that wall. That's my thinking. That's why I bought that. And if they turn out to be really good, I'll buy a bunch more for other spots for hanging bags. Okay, well, let's see what else we got from Amazon. Because I like to try multiple things, this is more Velcro. These are more Velcro. This is the adhesive So what I can do is, I mean, I could just give it a try right now. Let's do it. Jason, you seem cool for me to just do a little extra here. If I stick, let's see, what's this prickly side. Let me just stick it on here. Let's see how well it holds. It's a little tricky to, there we go, peel that off. Stick it on here right in the middle. Hopefully it's sized well. Okay. Thank you, Jason. I will do what makes me happy. That's fun. I like that. I like you. There we go. We got some Velcro. Now, that was easier than me cutting and using fabric glue. I don't know if that'll hold, to be honest, but it seems, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to hold. So that's why I got the glue also. So now I want to stick that on a bag. Do I have any? I don't have anything quick and handy, but that was a fun little art project, right? All right, let's move on. We're getting more fun. Let's get more fun. Let's see what this one is. I think this is a bag. I'm kind of saving a lot of the video production stuff. You're a dairy farmer, so everything is interesting. Okay. I've worked with farmers quite a bit in my video production career, but I don't think I've worked on dairy farms. We don't have that many dairy farms down here in the South, I don't think. Maybe we do, and I don't know it. But mostly I've worked with agriculture, peanuts and corn and soybeans, some wheat, but not that much with animals. I did do some cows that I did film on a farm where they actually made, their whole thing was they were a feedstock. They made the stuff that you buy to feed the cows, right? And they had a bunch of cows on site. And so that company was in Kentucky. And I went up there and filmed some stuff with them. And that was pretty cool. All right, it's a bag like I promised. Oh, Florida has quite a few dairies. Is temperature an important consideration when you're dairy farming? I used to live up in Maine for a little while, and they had a lot more dairy up there. And I always think of dairy cows. I think of like Wisconsin. I think of that area, you know. And so that's what I think of when I think of dairies is up north. So I just kind of assumed that temperature was a factor. But it sounds like if they're in Florida, then maybe temperature. I could make a joke about who wants hot milk. Like, I like my milk to be cold when I drink it, so that's why I like my dairy farms up north. Where are you? What part of the country are you dairy farming in? Look at that bag. This is the Timbuktu Vapor Sling. And I thought it looked pretty interesting. Let's switch to camera 3. See, I thought this looked pretty interesting of a layout. So the layout here is you've got a long pocket here that you can put like an iPad in. You got an iPad slot. And that's that main pocket. But then on the outside, you have a bunch of exterior pockets. So you've got, oh, look at that. This thing looks brand new. I bought this used on Poshmark. I don't even know if it's been used at all. Like, it looks like they sold it to me without having ever even used it. Which, honestly, that's pretty cool for me. All right, so we got a bunch of exterior pockets, and they all kind of have their own independent volume, which is what was attractive to me about this. And it just kind of looks cool, and it looks like it's ambidextrous, so you can move the sling strap from one side to the other depending on how you want to carry it. And I got this with a kind of a particular purpose in mind. I think it is pretty interesting to use as a flight bag, like as a flight sling. So like as an auxiliary bag for your flight. So you take it, you put all the things you need when you're on the airplane. You put your headphones, you put your iPad, you put your snacks, and you put your whatever, sunglasses, you put all that stuff in here, and this becomes your in-flight management bag. And one of the things I had the idea for, if I wanted to get real crafty, which is a little, it's interesting to me, but it's a little outside my skill set, is I thought about finding a way to mount this onto the front of other backpacks, so that when you're going through the, it looks like part of your backpack, it's attached to your bag, so it doesn't count as another item. But then you slide your backpack underneath the seat, and you take this off the backpack, and you have it hanging on the, I don't know, you just have it handier. I don't know. So that's what was interesting to me about this bag. And I'm pleased with the condition. So there we go. So I see you said you're from upstate New York. Have you had a cold ass winter, like the coldest of all time that you remember? I think I've been hearing that it's been a really nasty winter for you guys. Let's do another bag. This one I already opened because I had to. I got it about a little more than a week ago. I don't know, I got it, and when you're ordering secondhand off the secondhand markets, you got to check it to make sure it's correct first. So I had to open it and check it, and it was good. Here we go. This is the Patagonia Stealth Sling. It's not the current generation. There's a generation that is newer. And this is it's designed for a fly fishing bag. Jason, do you do any fly fishing? I have not been fly fishing. It looks very hard. I like regular fishing, but fly fishing, I feel like I would get my thing tangled up in the trees so quickly, so easily. But Patagonia is kind of committed to fly fishing, and they have a whole lineup of accessories built for fly fisher people. And this sling is part of that. But it's a pretty big sling. It's 9, they call it, I think this one's 10 liters. I think this is a 10-liter sling. And it's very spacious. Look at all that room. It's got the gussets here on the, let's switch. It's got the gussets here on the end to make sure you don't lose your stuff out the sides. And it came with this waterproof pouch that's removable. So I can just unvelcro this waterproof pouch. Because if you're out fly fishing, you want to put your phone and your wallet in a waterproof section of your bag. And so that is pretty cool. I did throw my iPad into here to see if it fits, and it does. So far, I know that it holds an iPad Air 11-inch iPad, and then you still got all this room. This is a lot of room. Plus, you got some exterior storage out here that seems pretty big. So this is a very large 10-liter sling. And again, I ordered this one from, I think it was Poshmark. Pretty sure it was Poshmark. And again, it seems to be in perfectly unused condition. So I encourage you guys who are interested in bags to, or whatever you're doing, buy used, because there's a lot of really high quality used stuff out there. And just keep your eyes open. And you know, I have searches set up so that I get notified of things. I've had my eye on this particular Patagonia sling for, I don't know, a year, and I finally found a really good deal on one that made me pull the trigger, and it happens to be in perfect, seemingly brand new, unused condition. Oh, and this one, one of the things I really like about this one is I like kind of squarish shaped slings, but it's got a water bottle pocket, an exterior water bottle pocket on the outside here that can go either direction. So you can put it in this side or you can put it in the other side. And I always interested in a sling that has an exterior water bottle pocket. And it happens to be kind of squarish. So it met a lot of my criteria. I don't know if I'll ever do a review on this on the channel or not, because it is the older generation. It is one generation back, but I might, because they're not that different. So Jason, no fly fishing, huh? What about regular fishing? How many cows do you got, by the way? I think learning about other industries is pretty cool. This one I know is a bag. "40 milking cows." It sounds like a lot to me. All right, are you guys, look at this. This has paperwork. A whole bunch of paperwork. I suppose I better keep this. Let's see, let's jump over here. Can you read some of that? I don't know if there's maybe information I don't want to share on here. Let me share this part. From Ukraine, Huru. Now, I just did a bag review from Huru on this channel not that long ago, and they liked my review. They said, "Hey, we like your review," and I liked their bags, and so they said, "Hey, do you want to review something else?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd love to review something else." And so I landed on choosing. This is cool. You deserve Huru. I landed on a messenger. Oh, let's turn it so you can see. There we go. A Huru messenger bag. It's a 14-liter bag. $14-liter Huru And the thing that really like made me want to pull the trigger on reviewing this is that it holds a 16-inch MacBook Pro. At least that's what they say. It's got some vertical pockets here on the back. Does it go all the way through? Hold on. No, each pocket on the side is a different compartment, so my hands don't go through. So you got vertical pockets on the back side. All the Huru bags, almost all of them anyway, have this custom buckle, and it's kind of a very prominent feature, and it's sturdy and it's heavy and it's big. But you got a standard sort of shape and a flap. Nice. Let me switch to this. You got a nice little leather logo there on the strap. You got a little leather insert, a little leather on the inside. Some zips here on the inside. And you got your laptop compartment there, as well as some pockets on this side. Oh, you're talking about the Messenger being a great looking bag? Yeah, I think they are design-oriented thinkers over there at Huru. One of the cool things also, inside of this pocket, they've got another secret hidden pocket for extra protection. All right, well, I look forward to reviewing this bag in more full detail coming up in the near future. Oh, let me switch back to camera one. Okay, all right, interesting. Okay, I think that's most of the bags. So if you were just here for the bags, that's it. Well, wait a minute, what is this one? Oh, okay. The rest of these, I got several more boxes. The rest of this is all video production stuff. So maybe you're waiting around for video production stuff. But now we got a lot. That wasn't even half of it. That was not even half of it. This box right here has about 100 things in there. So we're going to check it all out. Let's start with this one. Get it out of the way. This knife is pretty good. I like this knife. This is a box from KEH, which is if you're not familiar with KEH, they are a used and some new camera gear. They sell used camera gear. And they also, like, you can trade in the gear that you have. Sorry, it's going to be a little noisy. Interesting how they wrapped this. I can't see shit here. Let's go back to this. Interesting how they wrapped. I know what this is, and they use a lot of bubble wrap. All right, let's cut this paper open. We have a brand new camera lens. It's not brand new, it's used. It's brand new to me. This is the Fuji 50 to 140 f2.8. And this is the second time I've owned this lens. I bought it when I first got my Fuji system, and then I sold my Fuji systems. I had a couple cameras. I sold them all, and all my Fuji lenses. And then I tried Sony, and I tried Blackmagic, and I tried Canon again, and ultimately I switched back to Fuji, and I'm buying all that stuff again. This lens is one that I didn't need all that badly, so it took me a while to get it, but I think it's going to be real handy for this project that is coming up next week. So KEH and Fuji. And it actually came just in time, because yesterday when I was doing some filming, I dropped one of my lenses. I dropped my 90mm prime, and it took a hell of a fall. It landed on concrete, so it fell about 3 feet from onto concrete with no. I didn't catch it or anything. It just fell, and it's dented, and so I don't know if that damaged the elements inside. It's very possible that that lens is damaged and has to go in for repair. And so in the meantime, I'm glad that I happened to order this and get it here just in the nick of time in case that lens is busted. Okay, this box has, like I said, it has a lot of things in here. And we're going to go a lot faster because this isn't individually wrapped. I did have to bust into this because I needed something out of it. So even though these are unboxing videos, I already unboxed and used this, and I'm actually using this action camera right now. That's the one that died on me. The battery died on me. I bought this DJI Mic Mini because these things go together. They work together. My previous action camera did not have the ability to have a wireless mic attached to it, so the audio sucked, and I was always hesitant to use it that much. But now they have much better tech. So I'm actually using this Mic Mini right here, and I've got it going to the Fuji camera. But all within, like, I don't know, an hour of opening and using these things, I'm quite impressed. I'm pretty happy with them. I think I might be able to bring back my Osmo camera, my action cam. Is it? Yeah, okay. Did it so Jason, I guess you're my guinea pig here, and when I'm looking at it on YouTube, I'm still stuck on the Osmo cam, the camera that died. That view, let me see, stream health. I don't know that I mean, you're still there chatting with me, so I guess it's working. And it says we're live, but my preview of it is busted. Oh, has it been frozen the whole time? Well, that sucks. This is why I'm practicing. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. Oh, it's only been frozen for 45 seconds. Weird. Oh, well, I can fix that. That was my fault, I think, because I put it on the I put it on the frozen image. Okay, better. I'm less frustrated because that was my own error, not a major issue. Let me add that camera back. Let's see. I'm just resetting. All I'm doing is resetting the that wide angle camera I had going. Okay. It has a 50% battery. Are you with me here? I think you are. Welcome to the wonderful world of solo live streaming with things that have batteries. Which actually, you know, that leads me to one of the things that's in here. There it is. We'll move on to the next thing. This will help me solve that problem. Which is a power source for the Fuji camera, which is this angle. Right now, that one's running on battery. So if I lose that one, which speaking of which, I might need to check the battery health of that one. If I lose that one, we lose audio. But put the let's go back to this. Put this in the battery and then run this to the cord, and now I have infinite power for the Fuji. On this one, is there a, oh, hold on, I gotta delete this. I'm also using a brand new piece of software, so I'm just having to learn it pretty quick. Permanent power for the Fuji camera. Now, I don't need to harp on that, but I've been wanting to get that for a little while, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that because that's the one I use for filming my YouTube channel anyway, and it sucks having to change out the batteries all the time. So now I have permanent power for the Fuji. This is a floaty case for the action camera because the thing I'm doing next week requires filming out on some water in a lake. I filmed with it in the pool before, but if you drop it in the pool, no big deal. If you drop it in the lake, So this is a floaty case for the action camera. The Fuji, I know the Fuji is gray. I don't understand why. I don't understand why that signal looks like shit. I mean, I gotta work on it. I gotta try and figure that out because that does look like shit. I mean, it looks like it's a little more cinematic in some ways, but it does look kind of washed out. The color profile is not quite right. So, well, you know, we'll just keep going. This one's a fun angle. I kind of like this angle. All right, what do we got here? This is small. I'm gonna pull the camera closer, I think. There we go. This is a small rig battery for Sony style batteries. So but the reason I need I have a ton of these things, but the reason I need another one is because this can double as a USB-C charger. And a lot of the cameras can be powered off of USB-C, and so this battery can serve a lot of different cameras. So that's why I added that to the arsenal. All right, what do we got here? More camera production. This is a set of 67 millimeter black Pro Mist filters. Well, thank you, Jason. I do appreciate the help because it's very valuable. If you weren't here, I don't know if anybody would be here, and I'd just be talking to myself. And you know, let me rewind here. On mod on lots of knife and EDC channels. Okay, now that's interesting. Is that how you got connected to my channel somehow? Let me hear about your experience with that. Knives and EDC. That's a good overlap that we have. The dairy cows was a bit of a stretch, but let me know about your favorite EDC bag. What do you carry every day? That's what I'm interested in. Filters. This, for non-tech camera people, what these do is they basically make your image slightly less sharp. The power of lenses these days, they're so good, but sometimes things come across as too sharp. And these cut that sharpness a little bit, and they also give it a little bit of there's a little glow that happens. And so think of it as like a beauty filter. It's a little bit of a beauty filter. Bags is the tag that overlaps. Okay, now we're on to it. I want to hear about your favorite EDC bags. Did you see the review I just posted today of that Tactical Geek messenger bag? That's a pretty cool bag. It's very comfortable. I think the main thing is it's very comfortable. All right, we got lots of little things here. What do we got? Oh, okay. I needed another battery for my photo camera flash. So because part of what we're doing next week is some event photography. And so the pop-up flash that I use, I needed another battery. So just had to, spend the money to buy another battery. Not sexy cables. I can't even remember what I bought these for, but I thought in the moment they're high-speed USB-C cables. So I thought I needed them for something. Maxpedition Beefy has about 25 knives in it. And you carry that around with you? 25 knives all in the same, all day? Like, I mean, I know farmers got a different kind of life, but I didn't know they needed 25 knives all in the same day. All at once. Maybe it's like a chef. You need just exactly the right knife at the right moment. I don't even know if chefs carry 95 knives or 25 knives. Do you have a YouTube channel, Jason? If so, I want to check it out. All right, this one. Small rig cold shoe mount. So this goes in the top, like in the flash port of a camera, and it's for me to be able to mount the action camera right on top of my stills camera. So I can film, the idea being, I can film myself taking photos, or I can film what I'm taking photos of. Of course, if I'm using a flash, then that doesn't work out too well. It goes with me when I leave here. I have some posts on my community page. Well, drop the link. Drop the link in the chat if you're open to that. I mean, if you don't want to share it, that's fine. But let's connect, because that sounds promising. Oh, this one, you're probably, this is something you might be Bungee straps. Farmers can use bungee straps for sure. So what I bought these for is I needed, when we're going out there, I'm taking one of my carts, and I just needed some extra bungees because we're rolling stuff around. I need to be able to strap it to the cart. And I didn't have enough of these things. These are the flat ones. So I think it's 4 of them. More camera stuff. There's still got a bunch of stuff in this box. This one, small rig, Panasonic panoramic ball head. So one of the things I want to try and do is kind of permanently mount a camera above my head here. And so I needed another one of these things to be able to do that. That's it. Quick release. Mount the camera above my head looking down. So that's why I bought that. Okay, this one is less fun for sure. Cable management system for carpets. So essentially we do a lot of corporate video production, and so what happens is we have cables going all across the floor in like entryways and hallways, or we have people coming in to do an interview and we got extension cords all over the floor. So professional wise, so for safety and so that I look like I know what I'm doing, I'm going to start taking my own cable management cabling. Instead of using gaff tape, I'm going to Velcro these things down to the floor. 16 feet. So I'm going to cut these up into probably 4-foot sections and roll them up and stick them in the bag. And there we go. Okay, this is a bag. I forgot this bag was in there, but we got another bag. Wrong side. Mind shift gear. It's called the filter hive. And essentially, it is a catalog system for those filters, like these things. I have a bunch of these, and my filter compartment is full. So I needed another one. Is this I don't know if I needed one this big, but it was on sale, so I bought this one. I don't remember what this one is. Oh, now I do. Tilta camera cage for the Canon R5C. For video, we need these metal cages to go around the camera so we can hook more shit to the camera. That's mostly the reason why. And it protects it in case it gets dropped. It puts a bumper, a metal bumper all the way around it. Oh, your sister-in-law has one of these things? Senior pictures. That's a great little photography niche to be in. It's probably one of the more fun types of picture, like if you got to be taking pictures, it's probably one of the more fun ones. As you get to be a lot more creative. I don't think the clients are as picky, generally speaking, and it's not a terribly difficult photography assignment. It's fun though. I like it. Oh, here's all the packing manifestos. Another battery. This is the V-mount version that also has a USB-C cable, and I don't think I need to open the box, but it's for the bigger cameras that we run, or for lighting. We use this on lighting too. All right. Last thing in this box, 22 terabyte external rugged hard drive. I didn't realize I bought the 22 terabyte size. Not surprised though. We create a lot of media as video production people, and I had some drives that were several years old, and I'd say like 5 years old at least, and one of them was sort of giving me some issues, so it's time for it to get replaced. And this will be my second drive from Glyph, and I'm pleased with the first one so far. No issues. 3-year warranty, 2-year level 1 data recovery, and 1-year overnight replacement. That's pretty good. Man, it's heavy. So just another, I mean, I have so many hard drives, you guys would not believe. Okay, that is that box. There's more. Oh my God, I have made such a mess. That right there is a giant mess. The problem now is that the next things are big. I don't have enough room here on the table. Okay, let's give it a shot. And the one, this is the next to last. I got a ton of this. Okay, you can read it. It's a parabolic softbox. I don't even remember the brand, but I needed another one of these. Oh, it's small rig. Okay. Let's open it. I'm gonna spill my coffee if I'm not careful. Okay, we got a bag to store it in. And we got the softbox here. This is bigger than it's going to be harder to travel with this. I'll figure it out. but it's big. I'm not going to undo the whole thing right here because I just don't have the space, and it'll be kind of a messy thing. And but I did need another softbox, so this is what I had to do. It does have the grid. If you, not necessarily if you're not a video production person, you may not understand what this thing does. But essentially, you Velcro this inside the rim of the light, the big softbox thing, and it directs the light more directly. It's like a little blinders for the light, and it helps direct it just a little bit. And so it keeps it off the walls of the rest of the room and stuff. So I do like that, and I did need one of those. And then you got the well, there's a picture of what it looks like when it's deployed. This is the diffusion that goes inside the circle. Okay, now this next box is huge and heavy. I'm not even sure how I'm going to do this. There we go. I'll put it on my chair. And to make it harder, it's not even, it's not weighted evenly inside the box. This side's way heavier. You got a good, maybe camera one has a better, okay. This thing is very heavy. Okay, you guys. This is way more unwieldy than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna roll it down. Looks like it's sort of a zip-tied security safety mechanism there. I guess we got to cut that. This is a big ass light. That's what it is. Spoiler alert, it's a light. It's the 600 Aperture 600C Pro 2. Cool thing about this web camera here is that I can bring it over and do this just for a minute anyway. I don't think I'm going to unpack all this right this minute because it's a lot, but that's our light. This thing is way bigger than I thought. And this is the power control unit. Goodness gracious. And our heavy duty cables. Check out the gauge on these wires. These are huge. Okay. I'm a little out of my depth here with this big ass camera, or this big ass case. I thought I was going to take this with me to California on the shoot, but I'm not sure. It's really heavy and it's really big, but it's just one, and I don't even know how bad we need it. But the thing that makes this light really interesting is that you can change the color. You know how you've seen different lights that have, you know, you can pick their green, their yellow, their blue, their red. There's all kinds of lights like that, but it's hard to get those. It's not hard to get, but like the ones that are powerful, a lot of light that can also change color. That's what this is. So, man, that's a big one. I'm gonna have to be more careful about when I take it with me, because my thought was when I bought it, oh, I'll just have it in the van and I'll use it if needed. But my van's not that big, and so I got to be a little more picky about what all goes in the van and what all doesn't go in the van, or what all stays in the van versus what doesn't stay in the van. Yeah, that cord it's huge, heavy gauge. It is enormous. Two different sizes here. Man, I'm not saying it's overkill because this is something I needed, but taking it up a notch, that's for sure. Well, man, Jason, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been fun chatting with you. If you want to drop your link in your channel, I'd love to check it out, at least what you got in your community posts. And then I would just encourage you to, start making your own YouTube channel videos about whatever it is you're interested in. Because I think people having their own channel is, may not be a great worthwhile investment of time, but it's something that's pretty fun to do, and you connect with other like-minded people. So, and what it's allowed for me is it's allowed for me to connect to brands that I like. Bags, I like bags a whole lot. It's allowed me to connect with brands and become involved with them in some way. And like Huckberry, like I'm not trying to push Huckberry, but they supported my channel a long time ago when I had way less subscribers and was way shittier at making videos than I am even now. And I would have had my opportunity to connect with Huckberry on a business level if it weren't for me just making videos about topics that I was interested in, such as bags. So, Jason, I'll check out your channel. And then, if you ever put up a video, I hope that I get to catch it. Yeah, thanks for spending some time with me, giving me somebody to talk to while I did all this, because this was kind of a nutty experiment. It was fun though. It's fun. I had a lot of shit, a lot of gear here to sort through. Well, thank you for being subscribed. And I know you got to get up, or I know it's getting late for you. You got to get up early and, milk some cows. Right? That's what they always say. You got to get up early. Hey, let me ask you this. How come do cows need to be milked in the morning? Is that something to do with the cow? They make milk overnight and you need to immediately sort of release the milk? Or is that a rumor? It's not really that way? Or what's the deal with milking cows super early in the morning? Three hours to go tonight. Well, I don't know how many other people were in here, but nobody commented, I don't think. It says maybe you were the only one. I think I had a very poor title. I think when I hit go live and I thought the title I had put for the video was in one spot, and then when I went go live it went with a different title. So I don't know. Maybe it went with the right title. It's hard to tell. The back end of the software has multiple interfaces, and so anyway, I'm going to get better. That I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep, as long as I keep having fun with it, I'm going to keep pushing myself to learn new things. And live streaming by myself, it's not easy to do. I don't consider myself, particularly entertaining for an hour and 15 minutes. That's a long time. But it's something I want to get better at. So, Jason, I appreciate you sticking around. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I'll catch you on the next one, and I'll catch everybody on the next one. That's about it for me. Take it easy. I'll see you guys another time.